In October of this year, the Meta Quest 2 will be 2 years old. And yes, I said Meta Quest 2. While you'll still find Oculus branding here and there, they've officially rebranded. That aside, and with consoles typically lasting only a few years before an update, people are starting to ask if there's a new Quest on the horizon and if they should hold off on buying the entry-level VR headset. The current rumors suggest there could be a Quest 3 around Q3 of 2023. There's also a rumored Quest Pro, which might actually be Project Cambria, but all of these are just rumors, but all very exciting nonetheless. That's still a ways off though, and there's still more than enough value in the Quest 2. But before we get into that, first, let's look at what you get with this system. You get the headset with the elastic head strap, a glasses spacer, and your controllers. There's a USB Type-C cable and AC adapter included, and I've found that the battery life is pretty much as advertised at around 2 hours. If you are going to spend money on accessories, the very first thing I would get is one of the Elite straps. They're so much more comfortable than the elastic strap, and the battery version doubles your playtime, or at least keeps you from having to recharge your headset every other time you use it. The Quest's other accessories I'm a little on the fence about simply because of the price. For instance, the Link cable comes in at $79, and while it is a nice cable, since the Quest 2's release, third-party cables have been popping up online for under half the price. On top of that, the Link cable is no longer necessary if you have a robust enough wireless network, but more on that in a minute. The official Quest 2 case, which comes in at $49, is a little on the high side, but I do like the simplicity of the design and how it cradles everything. If you do intend to get the battery strap and the case, you can always get it as a bundle and save $29. The headset itself comes in two versions, a 128 gig version for $299 and a 256 gig version for $399. The lower end model used to be 64 gigs, so it's nice to see an upgrade there. Now, even a couple years after its release, the idea that you can have a fully standalone VR headset with 6 degrees of movement is kinda insane. Even more impressive is the fact that it actually works without having to have base stations set up, all for $299. Now, I have had some random issues where my controller disappears for a second if I put it behind my back, totally out of view of the cameras, but I've never had any major issues with the system. And if I want to get the most out of my headset, I can either tether it or connect wirelessly to my computer to play titles like my personal favorite, Half-Life Alyx. You can, of course, just play games in the headset like Resident Evil 4, and classics like Beat Saber, Superhot VR, and The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. And there are games in every genre on this thing. Puzzles, shooters, sports, arcade, even MMORPGs like Zenith. So whatever you're into, there's something for you on this system. But the Quest 2 isn't just all games. You can do things like bring your desk into VR, have business meetings, even watch Netflix, which maybe under certain circumstances I can see myself using, but I think I'll stick with Zoom and my TV for the most part. Maybe when the metaverse actually becomes a thing, I'll take business meetings in VR. Regardless, there are new things coming to the Quest 2 all the time, so it really just gains value the longer it's around. And if you're one of those people that knows you should exercise, but going to the gym or running just bores the crap out of you, you should probably get a Quest 2. No, you're not going to build a bunch of muscle, but for cardio workouts, there are a lot of options. And if your goal is just to get up and move more, look no further. Shoot, playing the more intense levels of Beat Saber can even get your heart rate up. All of that aside, what's the future of the Quest 2 look like? Well, we know we're getting some great new titles this year, including some familiar franchises like GTA, Splinter Cell, and even Assassin's Creed. We don't have any firm dates yet, but hopefully we'll see these titles released before the end of the year. I am a longtime fan of Assassin's Creed going back to the beginning, so I'm pretty excited about that one. As far as software updates, go they're continuing to be pushed out. We've already seen some great updates like 120 Hz for selected games, wireless tethering, Space Sense, which detects when your nephew comes running at you when you're in the middle of a game so you don't bash them in the head. Yeah. Anyway, you can now get phone notifications in headset with Android. There are expanded voice commands, the list goes on. There's still a lot of potential with this technology, so I don't think we'll see a drop-off in development anytime soon. But now let's talk about everyone's favorite subject, Facebook logins. Meta announced months ago that at some point, you'll be able to use your headset without linking your personal Facebook account. There's still no official date, but it's expected to happen this year. And for a lot of people, it can't happen fast enough. Requiring a Facebook account angered a lot of users, created technical issues for people who otherwise wouldn't have had a Facebook account, and generated a lot of bad press. So hopefully they release that update very, very soon. Lastly, let's talk Quest 3. Will there be one? The rumors say yes, but not until Q3 of next year. I still think the Quest 2 will be around for a while, at least as a budget VR system. There's also Project Cambria, which some speculate is actually the Quest Pro, which will aim to compete with the higher-end headsets of HTC and Valve. All that to say, is the Quest 2 still worth the money? Absolutely. It stands alone in versatility and price point. I can't recommend it highly enough, especially if you're just getting into VR. If you want to check it out for yourself, I'll throw a link in the description below, and anytime you use one of my links to make a purchase, you help support the channel. And if you found this video entertaining or useful, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Or even hit that little thanks button under the video and buy me a coffee or something. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.